Have you ever felt completely drained after a conversation with someone? Like no matter how much you give, it's never enough? As we grow older, our priorities shift. We seek peace, meaningful connections, and the time to enjoy life on our terms. But not everyone in our lives respects that. Some people, even family members, take more than they give, leaving us feeling emotionally depleted and unappreciated. Have you ever wondered why some relationships feel fulfilling while others feel like a weight on your shoulders? Imagine sitting on your porch with a warm cup of coffee, watching the sun rise, feeling completely at peace. Now, imagine that same morning, but instead of peace, you're dealing with a phone call from someone who only reaches out when they need something. You deserve better. In this video, we'll uncover the 5 types of people you must avoid in old age to protect your emotional health and happiness. These insights will help you reclaim your peace and ensure your golden years are truly golden. If you enjoy content that helps you live your best life, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. The manipulator. As we grow older, we begin to realize how precious our time, energy, and emotional well-being are. However, manipulators, often disguised as loving family members or close friends, have a way of taking advantage of our kindness. They use guilt, emotional pressure, or exaggerated neediness to make us feel obligated to constantly help them. Over time, this dynamic can leave us exhausted, undervalued, and resentful. Recognizing the manipulator. A manipulator rarely comes across as overtly harmful. Instead, they present themselves as someone in need. They might be an adult child who always seems to be in financial trouble, a relative who frequently requires favors, or even a longtime friend who leans on you for emotional support without ever reciprocating. They frame their requests as emergencies, making it difficult for you to say no without feeling guilty. For example, imagine a retired woman named Linda, 73 years old, who always prided herself on being the backbone of her family. She helped raise her grandchildren, supported her adult children through tough times, and was always the first to step in when a friend needed help. However, she began noticing that her son, James, only called when he needed something: money for bills, babysitting, or favors. When Linda gently declined, James would say things like, "You're retired, you have all the time in the world," or, "If you really loved me, you'd help." Over time, Linda realized that these interactions left her feeling used and unappreciated. How to set boundaries with manipulators. The first step in protecting yourself from a manipulator is recognizing their tactics. Once you identify the pattern, it's crucial to set boundaries. Here's how. Learn to say no without guilt. Manipulators thrive on making you feel guilty. Instead of justifying yourself, respond firmly but kindly. "I can't help this time, but I hope you find another solution." Limit contact if necessary. If someone continuously drains your energy without offering anything in return, consider reducing how often you interact with them. Prioritize your own well-being. Your retirement years should be about joy, relaxation, and meaningful relationships. If someone makes you feel anxious or exhausted after every conversation, they do not deserve a central place in your life. Seek out supportive relationships. Surround yourself with people who bring positivity into your life. Whether it's friends, supportive family members, or community groups, choose relationships that uplift rather than drain you. Final thoughts. Manipulators take advantage of our kindness, but we have the power to reclaim our peace. Saying no to manipulation isn't an act of cruelty, it's an act of self-care. As you navigate your later years, remember that your time and energy are valuable. Spend them on people who truly appreciate and respect you. 2. The self-absorbed narcissist. Life in our later years is meant to be a time of reflection, connection, and meaningful relationships. Yet, not all connections nourish the soul. Some people are so consumed by their own needs, desires, and achievements that they leave little room for anyone else. These self-absorbed individuals, often described as narcissists, drain the joy from relationships and make you feel invisible and undervalued. Recognizing the self-absorbed narcissist, a narcissist sees every interaction as an opportunity to talk about themselves. They dominate conversations, steer discussions toward their own achievements, and rarely show genuine interest in others. Over time, their inability to listen or acknowledge your thoughts and emotions makes the relationship one-sided. Take David, a 69-year-old retired firefighter who loved reminiscing about his years of service and sharing wisdom with his younger relatives. However, his younger brother John constantly turned the conversation back to himself. Whenever David started to share a meaningful memory, John interrupted with a bigger, more dramatic story. Eventually, David realized that talking to John was never about mutual exchange. It was about feeding John's need for attention. How to handle a narcissist in your life. If you have someone in your life who only takes up space without offering anything in return, it's time to set boundaries. Redirect the conversation. If they continuously shift discussions to themselves, try gently steering it back. I'd like to finish what I was saying. Limit your emotional investment. Understand that narcissists rarely change. Reduce your expectations of them and don't rely on them for emotional support. Surround yourself with genuine listeners. Spend more time with people who value mutual conversation and appreciate your presence. Prioritize your own needs. If a narcissist drains your energy, reduce how often you engage with them. Your emotional well-being should come first. Final thoughts. Narcissists thrive on attention, but you don't have to feed into their behavior. By setting firm boundaries and prioritizing relationships that offer genuine care and connection, you can protect your peace. Your stories, feelings, and wisdom deserve to be heard by people who truly value you. 3. The constant critic. One of the greatest joys of aging is the freedom to live authentically, embracing who you are and what you've accomplished. But critics, those who constantly find fault, can rob you of this freedom, sowing seeds of doubt and negativity. These individuals thrive on pointing out flaws, often under the guise of helpfulness, but their words can wound deeply, eroding self-esteem and creating a sense of inadequacy. Recognizing the constant critic. A critic can be anyone, a friend, a family member, or even a neighbor, who always has something negative to say about your choices. They nitpick everything, from how you spend your time to the way you dress or the hobbies you enjoy. While they may claim to have your best interests at heart, their words often do more harm than good. Take Laura, a 74-year-old retired teacher who took up painting as a way to express herself. She found great joy in her new hobby, but her sister Sharon constantly criticized her work. Why don't you paint something more realistic? Or, that color doesn't look right. At first, Laura tried to take it as constructive feedback, but she soon realized that Sharon never had anything encouraging to say. How to deal with a constant critic. Recognize their insecurities. Many critics project their own frustrations onto others. Set boundaries. Limit your time with people who bring negativity into your life. Focus on supportive relationships. Surround yourself with people who celebrate your achievements and uplift your spirit. Reaffirm your confidence. Their criticism is just an opinion. It does not define you or your worth. Final thoughts. Critics will always have something to say, but you don't have to listen. Protect your confidence and invest your energy in those who truly appreciate you. Critics' opinions do not define your worth, your achievements, or your happiness. You've earned the right to live without the weight of their judgment. 4. The irresponsible. In our golden years, when the weight of past responsibilities begins to ease, the last thing you need is to bear the burdens of others who refuse to carry their own. Irresponsible individuals, whether family members, friends, or acquaintances, have a way of pulling you into their chaos, leaving you emotionally and even financially drained. Recognizing the irresponsible person. An irresponsible person refuses to own up to their obligations. They might be a relative who always finds themselves in trouble, whether financial issues, poor decisions, or personal conflicts, and repeatedly comes to you for help. They promise change but never follow through, leaving you exhausted and questioning if your help is actually enabling their behavior. Take Tom, a 76-year-old retired accountant who had a younger cousin named Bobby who constantly found himself in trouble. Tom had bailed Bobby out numerous times, from helping him pay off overdue bills to offering him money for rent. Bobby promised it would be the last time, but the cycle never ended. Tom realized that by always stepping in to rescue Bobby, he wasn't allowing him to take responsibility for his actions. How to handle irresponsible people: stop rescuing them. Allow them to face the consequences of their actions. Constantly bailing them out is not helping. Offer advice, not solutions. Encourage them to find their own solutions and take responsibility. Protect your own well-being. Your golden years should be for enjoying life and self-care, not carrying the burden of someone else's irresponsibility. Set firm boundaries. Clearly communicate that you will not be offering financial support or other assistance beyond what's reasonable. Final thoughts: irresponsible people rarely change unless forced to face the consequences of their actions. You deserve peace and joy in your later years, and that means not enabling others' poor choices. By setting boundaries, you allow them to grow and learn responsibility. 5. The ungrateful: few things are as hurtful as pouring your love and effort into someone who doesn't appreciate it. Ungrateful people take and take, never acknowledging your kindness. Over time, dealing with ungrateful individuals can leave you feeling devalued, disheartened, and even questioning your worth. Recognizing the ungrateful person: ungrateful people expect kindness without ever reciprocating. They might be a family member who treats your efforts as expected, a friend who only reaches out when they need something, or someone who constantly complains instead of appreciating what you do. Imagine Margaret, a 71-year-old retired social worker who had spent years organizing family gatherings and holiday meals. Yet, her children hardly ever acknowledged her efforts and even criticized her cooking. One holiday, Margaret decided to stop trying. She no longer took on the role of the family organizer and began to enjoy her retirement in peace. How to handle ungrateful people: reduce your efforts. If someone doesn't appreciate what you do, stop doing it for them. Express your feelings. Let them know how their lack of gratitude affects you. Invest in those who appreciate you. Spend time with people who genuinely value your contributions. Prioritize your own happiness. Focus on things that bring you joy, rather than trying to please those who take you for granted. Final thoughts: ungrateful people do not deserve your endless sacrifices. Spend your time with those who truly value you and your kindness. Your generosity is a gift, and it should be treated as such. In today's fast-paced world, many of us are juggling multiple responsibilities, whether it's taking care of family, managing health concerns, or simply trying to maintain a sense of normalcy. But just like the characters in the story, it's important to evaluate the people we allow into our lives, especially as we grow older. Maintaining emotional well-being is just as important as physical health, and sometimes that means distancing ourselves from individuals who drain us. To apply these lessons in today's world, start by assessing the people around you. Are they contributing positively to your life, or do they leave you feeling depleted and undervalued? Remember that saying no is not selfish. It's an act of self-preservation. Set boundaries and recognize when a relationship is no longer serving you. Surround yourself with people who respect your time, your energy, and your needs. For example, if a family member constantly makes demands without showing appreciation, it may be time to have an honest conversation about your needs. By prioritizing relationships that bring joy, respect, and genuine connection, you can protect your peace and focus on living your life to the fullest. Life is too short to spend time with people who drain your energy. Whether it's manipulators, narcissists, critics, irresponsible individuals, or the ungrateful, Setting boundaries is key to having a happy life in your later years. Surround yourself with people who respect, uplift, and truly appreciate you. Your peace, happiness, and mental well-being are worth protecting. Spend time cultivating quality relationships and meaningful connections. Remember, you don't have to bear the burdens of others in order to feel fulfilled in life. Reclaim your peace and surround yourself with people who truly value you. Take control of your life by choosing to invest your time and energy in those who respect your boundaries and offer reciprocity. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Have you had to set boundaries with anyone in your life? How do you protect your peace and prioritize your happiness? Share your experiences in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe for more content like this. Let's support each other in living our best lives.